All right, so obviously we have to talk about Chelsea, right? Fine, we're on a win streak of a couple of games. Bravo. We're still sitting 10th in the Premier League. Yes, we are advancing in the Champions League, but we're still struggling with some contract extension for key players, whether you like it or not. Mount, Kante, still key players of this team. But I want to touch on Graham Potter and the manager situation at Chelsea, right? You've probably seen on social media Graham Potter out, blah, 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 on Twitter or in the comments on Instagram. Just an FYI. What happens on social media rarely reflects what people do and think in real life. Just putting it out there. Also, around 30% of the internet is run by bots. So probably a lot of those comments are bots as well. Now, why does this matter? Well, why does it matter? Because Graham Potter, what's the point of sacking him today? In the Premier League, there's really nothing to play for anymore. And if you're thinking we're going to reach top 4, you're delusional. And if you want to play in the Conference League next year, well, I don't really see the point in that. Now, if you say, oh, we can go and win the Champions League, okay, maybe. Keep on dreaming. I mean, maybe Santa is real as well. Who knows? But let's be honest. Let's finish this season. Maybe we can finish this season strong with Graham Potter. That way, one, you don't have to sack him, which will cost you a lot of money. By you, I mean the club. I know the comments already. It's not your money, so who cares? What kind of dumb type of comment is that? Anyways, going back to the topic. Why sacking Graham Potter right now makes no sense. The team, the players, clearly like him. Those that are playing, right? I'm not talking about Aubameyang, for example. But those that are playing, for example, Kai Havertz, pretty sure he's very, very happy with Potter right now. Sacking the manager today will also hit the players mentally. Meaning, oh, again, another manager. And I have to say this again, I was extremely angry at the sacking of Thomas Tuchel. I think it was the worst thing to do, but in my opinion, it was purely a power move. Since new owners, the Americans, they think they can do whatever they want with the club, they think they know better. So, hey, let's sack the coach that actually has a big personality, that actually has a big presence in the game. Let's sack him and bring in someone from Brighton like Graham Potter, where he'll probably say yes, he'll become the yes man of the guys above. That's just my opinion. It's not to say I don't like Potter. I think he's a great guy, good manager as well. Should he have been appointed instead of Tuchel? I don't think so. But that's just the way it is right now. Right now, I'm happy with him finishing out this season. If we can finish this season strong, then let's continue with him. Let's get a striker in because, well, the big issue with this team right now is that we cannot score any goals, right? I've seen all the games this season. I mean, we can do whatever we want, but once we're in front of the goal, it's like, nope, don't want to put the ball inside that net. No, cannot do this. Now, if, let's say, they decide to part ways, who are we getting in, right? Who's the next coach? Tuchel is never coming back. Zidane, in my opinion, not worth it. Say whatever you want. I don't think he's coming to Chelsea. If he's been waiting for so long, he's probably waiting for a very, very specific and particular job. Then who's left? Pochettino? No way in hell I want this guy at my club. Then some fans will probably say, oh, Luis Enrique, because look at what he did with Barcelona, look at how Spain has played, etc., etc. He's a good coach. Not gonna lie, he's a good coach. Maybe you might think he's the next Pep Guardiola. I don't think he is. By the way, Pep Guardiola, I don't know, scandals at Barcelona, spending unlimited money, only going to strong teams. I mean, his legacy, if we're being very, very honest, still prove yourself with a smaller team. Maybe take Porto, for example, like Jose Mourinho, Roma, I don't know. Try something else instead of going to the biggest club of every country and also the richest one as well. Anyways, Luis Enrique could be a good choice. Could be a good choice. Then the return of the special one, to me, personally, of course, an emotional choice, to me, makes the most sense for moi. You might disagree with everything I say, and that's just fine. But if you can't keep it civil in the comments, you won't see your comments ever again. Anyways, Jose Mourinho, why does it make sense? Because I do think we have a team, and we're going to have a team next season if we get a good striker, for example, like Osimhen. Not going to be cheap, of course. I think we're going to have the perfect team for Jose Mourinho. Right now, he's doing a good job at Roma, right? With the player that he has, he's doing a good job. I always said the same thing. He does not have the full squad to actually compete for trophies, let's say in Italy. He doesn't have it. If Tammy Abraham is injured, if Pellegrini is injured, if Dybala is injured, the team is done. Done. This team needs way more players than they have currently right now if they actually want to compete to win bigger trophies. Of course, last year he won the Conference League. Bravo. But we can offer him much more. Of course, he knows the Premier League. He knows Chelsea. It's his club. I mean, it's Jose Mourinho. You link it to Chelsea directly. And so I think it could make a lot of sense. Of course, fans, I think, would like this move. Again, an emotional move. So take that into consideration. But I do think that he could be in for a third term and he would enjoy it very much competing again with the big guys, Klopp's, Pep. I don't think Conte will stay for another season. But still, I think he wants to prove himself one more time. And maybe, who knows, maybe win the Champions League with his Chelsea. Who knows? But right now, sacking Potter, no for me. Giving more time. Again, a lot of fans at Chelsea say, oh, give him time, we need patience, we want to build, this is a special project. But then when things become a bit more uncomfortable, it's like, oh no, sacking, we have to reset everything again. Let's throw everything out and let's bring someone in because, well, that's just the way we operate. Of course, in the past, it has worked clearly, right? Frank Lampard didn't work. By the way, Frank Lampard's sacking was also a weird one. A handful of bad results after an unbeaten streak of 16, 17 games? Gone. Of course, after that, we won the Champions League, so hey, no harm, no foul, right? But if you really want to build something special here, you have to give the manager time. And again, I'll say this, the manager chooses who plays, the 11 players, based on their performance in the last game, based on their performance during the week in training. The fact that those 11, some of them lazy-ass players that earn way too much money each week, can't perform for 90 minutes is not his fault. It's their fault. We need to stop blaming the manager for everything that goes wrong inside that football club. Start blaming players. Put maybe a bit more pressure on players because the players don't care. The players will still earn their millions each and every year, regardless of who the manager is. Because it's easy. Oh, we're not playing well? Fine, I don't care. Because what, are they going to sack me? No, they're not going to sack me. You can't sack players, sadly. They're going to sack the manager. And that's it. Start putting more pressure on players and you'll see results become much better. They spent way too much time with their social media BS, coloring their hair each and every week. I mean, look at Paul Pogba, for example. This guy has more haircuts than anything else. What happened with him? Huge potential, didn't do much. Yes, he won the World Cup, fine. He won the World Cup with France, thanks to Mbappe, Griezmann and Kante. Thank you very much. Anyways, player power needs to change. I like the idea that we have a salary cap in the NBA. I think this should be implemented in football as well. That way, those big mouth players that think that they control the club, by the way, no player should be bigger than the club. We should close their mouth, shut up. If you don't play well, you go on the bench and you'll earn less next season. I know this might be a bit a radical idea, but the way football has evolved in recent years, the quality has come down. Because these young players, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, they don't care anymore. They're already millionaires by the age of 20. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about their performances. Some of them are elite ones and actually want to win trophies, while the majority, the others, don't care. They just want their paychecks each and every week, whether they play good for 90 minutes. For most of them, they don't really give a shit. They don't give a shit because they can't get sacked. That's the problem. Imagine you're working at a company. Yeah, you're working at a company. Who do you think gets sacked first? The low-level employee or the manager? Of course, the low-level employee is out the door first before the manager. Of course, afterwards, if things don't work out, then the manager will go out as well. But I think player power needs to change. You change that, you'll have way more quality football, better mental quality as well, and that's how you're winning games. That's why I say, if you take Chelsea 2004, 2005, United 2008, 2007, Liverpool 2005, They can beat each and every team based on their mental strength that they had before. Today, players are all weakling, and maybe that's just Gen Z, snowflake generation. We all know about that. But anyways, to conclude, Graham Potter to me stays at Chelsea. Give him more time. No reason to sack him. If they part ways at the end of the season, me personally, I think bringing back Jose Mourinho makes some sense. Of course, you might agree, you might disagree with everything I said here, and that's fine. We're talking about a lot of things on this channel, sports, events, you name it. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.